Hey everybody, I'm back. It's a pretty rainy, yucky Florida weekend. It's a nice, relaxing, yet still rainy Sunday morning. I'm joined here by Aiden, my little buddy, who wants to say hi to everybody. Go ahead.
Hi.
He's going to eat his waffle while we do a video, and he might help out here too. If he wants, or he might just play with toys. Whatever you want to do, dude. So I took the time last night, and most of yesterday evening and afternoon, and all day yesterday, to sort of work on something that's kind of by request, but kind of something I wanted to work on for a long time anyway. And it's been kind of intimidating to me, but I finally figured, you know, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to get it done. I got these out here just because people seem to really like these ones, and so do I. I love this coast. I love this. I want to refine it even more. Got 3 or 4 requests to whip some of these up, you know, for people. So, cool. I don't mind doing these at all, so just keep contacting me. Yes, sir.
That is a cool knife.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm glad you think so. Other people do too, and I do too. I just wanted more than one thing on the field here that you're staring at. So let's get to the main project. The Griptilian. I had my video about Griptilians, discussed Griptilians. So I've actually heard somebody describe the Griptilian as the holy grail of knife pimping, just because it's one of those that's very common. It's out there. Lots of work to be done on them, but, you know, it's pretty complicated with the inset liners and stuff if you don't have a whole lot of fancy tools. I know there are some people that have an entire workshop set up, no problem whatsoever. I'm not one of those people. I have some tools, not all the ones I'd like. So the Benchmade Griptilian. I have gotten 3, 4, 5, 6 requests from people out in YouTube land to do some custom scales for a Griptilian, and I told them all, let me figure this out. Let me work on this. You know, it's one I've never done before, and it's fairly complicated, but I'd love to. Let me mess up one of my knives first before I mess up yours. So, you know, I've been thinking about it, and it's been intimidating. And then finally I decided, you know what? I have nothing to do on this rainy, yucky Saturday. I'm just going to get to it, and I'm going to work on it and keep doing it and doing it and doing it until I get it right. So I took a 550. My EDC type OD green handle black blade, you know, got it at the BX 550 that I've been carrying around for a while. Got some Hunter Orange Toxic Green layered G10, and I went to work. And I'm going to say right now, while I'm proud of this and I'm happy with this, this is a first attempt. I'm going to have to do this again. It's not perfect, and I like things to be perfect. And in fact, this isn't even, if this is a job I was doing for somebody who was paying, I would do it all again. I wouldn't send them this. And I'll point out why, but for my own collection, I'm gonna hold on to it and keep refining it a little bit, because I am pretty proud. There's not a lot of people out there doing the custom Griptilian scales that I've seen. So, starting with just your standard black blade, SBK blade from the 550, I decided that I was going to change the shape up a little bit, and I'm going to cut to a video in a few of like the in progress, you know, of what it looks like compared to the regular Griptilian handle. The final shape actually ended up being a little bit slimmer. I originally had it come down into the hand a little bit more, just to kind of fill out the hand, the fleshy part up here and right around the finger. I wouldn't say quite halfway done, but I've got one of them done enough that I can sort of put it together, and I just want to take a moment to show the difference in the contour from the regular Griptilian, because I want to change the shape up just a little bit. So you can see a little bit more towards the fleshy part of your palm, a little bit less up towards the top. Put a little dip in there to help get a good grip, and then still have that choil there. With a little bit more, just a little extra. That will be a lanyard hole. Everybody yells at me because I don't do lanyard holes on my knives when they're just for me. So there's a lanyard hole for everybody, but this is a lot of work. It's a whole lot of work, and it's not perfect yet, obviously. Still got a little bit of shaping to do, but you can see it's coming together fairly nicely. But this works pretty well. I mean, this is still, it's very, very comfortable, and it fits very well in your hand. There's no clip because the clip screws of the Griptilian are built directly into the molded handle. See, that's where the clip screws actually screw right into, not the liners or anything. So I've been wondering, you know, I've come out with a way to do this. You know, I end up actually destroying the handle, taking these little brass inserts out and just embedding them in the G10 just like they would be in the plastic. And I don't think that's going to be too complicated to do. I just didn't do it on this particular model. So, you know, that'll be something I'll work on for next time. But this one right now has no clip. And we'll talk about that again. Really like the color combination on this, and I was just experimenting really, which is why I've got two different patterns. This is just one that I like to do that I haven't done in a little bit. So I put that in there. Really, I just wanted to show off the contrast between the green and the orange. And then this is sort of like that tree barkish kind of pattern, which I really like on just about anything. But I think it really kind of pops with the green and the orange and the contrast on the colors there. And so I left sort of, no texture, then a little bit of texture in the middle. Thought that would look nice, kind of, sort of. Got a nice black, just simple black G10 backspacer. Thought that would sort of complement the black of the blade up front. If I had black liners, I would have used them. That would have been great. But all the hardware is black. So in order to match that, I ordered these. I guess they're more like a gunmetal than a black color, but at least they're not bright silver. But these chain bolts. So put one side in, and the post goes all the way through, and screw it in to secure everything together. And I really do like the look of those. I'll probably just in the end maybe Duracoat them black to match everything else. But everything's inset very nicely. Very slim knife. Feels really good. Nothing like grabs out at your hand except the grippiness of the pattern, which is probably what you want. And I think that it came out very well. Now, what would I do different next time? Number one, I'll probably put on the clip. This one I do this, I give an extra large lanyard hole, so that you just put a nice big lanyard on there to hold on to it. Normally not a fan of lanyard holes, but whatever. Everybody else is but me. I'm alone in that one too. What else would I do differently? I'd probably pre-plan the positioning of these screws to run more along the upper edge of the handle. This one actually goes through the G10 scale, and there are these two lightning holes inside the inset liners. So it goes right through the scale, right through one of those lightning holes. And I just did that because I thought it was a convenient place to place it to make sure the knife is together nice and tight. And this one was just a random. So they kind of look like I put them in line, but I really didn't. It just sort of worked out like that. You can see there is a tiny little space right there. I would have moved this bolt up a little bit just to put a little bit more pressure squeezing that tight. And you see if you put just a little more pressure, that gap goes away completely. So maybe really I'll just tighten up this bolt a little bit and that one, and maybe that'll take care of it for me. But other than that, I mean, it's a very good first attempt, in my opinion. I think it's a great first attempt. These are very hard to do because of the work you have to do to mill out the space for the inset liners and everything. And I don't have the fancy tools that would make it super easy. But like I said, overall, I think it's a very good first attempt, and I am very happy with it. I'm just gonna, it's a starting point to refine the design. In the end, I just want to have everything fit perfect the first time. So for all of you who have asked me, will I make you a G10 grip scale? And I've said, hang on, let me work on it. I'm ready to do it. I've made my mistakes on my knife, not yours. I know what I'm doing now. So yeah, I'm ready to tackle these for anybody that wants it with whatever pattern or anything else. So just something new on a rainy, yucky weekend. So we're going to put this right there next to regular Mr. Griptilian. Just because of the work involved in this thing and having to experiment and test fit and cut and test fit and drill and test fit and cut and test fit and grind and everything, this really did take me a long time. Pretty much, I don't know the number of hours, but like I said, the vast majority of my Saturday afternoon into Saturday night. I'm probably going to estimate somewhere around 8 hours. I'm not entirely sure. It might have been longer, but yeah, I understand now why people charge so much money to do Griptilian scales, and I still wouldn't charge what other people charge. It's a little crazy, but yeah, a little bit more than like a 1-ton or a ZT 550 or something like that. Kind of want to work on a Benchmade 940 now because it's got the same inset liner deal in those aluminum handles, and I've always wanted a G10 handled 940, so I'm going to think about that sometime soon. One other little guy hanging around here. I made this a while ago. I think I've shown it once or twice, just sort of like a custom build, and I know this is a huge difference, but I can't remember if this is AUS 8 or S30 V. I can't really remember, but Jade G10 into lightning strike carbon fiber into peel and apply black with little glow elements in the bolsters. Did a nice brush look on the liners and everything, and it's just a sweet little knife. Just a little custom thing I worked on once upon a time. Everything's nicely polished, so it's more of like a gentleman's folder type deal. But I'm just looking for something to do with it. So if anybody is interested in this, please let me know. I could throw a backspacer in there too if you wanted. I just sort of like the open look to it. Yeah. But yeah, definitely looking to work out a trade or, you know, a sale or something on this one if anybody is interested in this. Very smooth knife, very solid construction, and obviously, you know, to me, looks pretty good. The pivot bolts are underneath this scale, so you take the scale off underneath the glow element there, which is just there for looks. You know, you get access to the pivot bolt and everything, but you don't need it. It's perfectly centered, you know, super smooth, great knife. Anyway, that's it. My camera's dying. So, tell me what you think of the new G10 scales on the Griptilians. And like I said, everybody that was interested in them, let me know. I know how to figure it out now. Guess that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back again real soon.